What's happening to YouTube? My name is Matt Faircloth. My company is called the DeRosa Group, and today we're going to talk about showing apartments. I'm going to give you guys a couple of tips and an awesome silver bullet dagger that you can always use to avoid tenants no showing you on your showings. Stay tuned. We're going to get into it now. Before we get into today's lesson, my name is Matt Faircloth. My company is the DeRosa Group. We're dedicated to transforming lives through real estate. I want you guys to do me a quick favor. Like this video, subscribe to this channel, and leave a comment below. I'd love to hear from you guys. Join us at DeRosa Insiders. You can pick my brain and my team's brain, and hundreds of our investors and hundreds of our students are on that channel. It's a free channel. Go check it out. Now let's get into talking about apartments, okay? Whether you guys are a leasing agent watching or a landlord or just looking for more tips on showing rental properties is something you really need to know how to do, because you got to have tenants in your rental properties if you want to make money, right? Vacant properties don't cash flow very well. And so you need people living in those units, good qualified people that are happy. And so you want to attract the right people and enroll them in listing and living in your property, qualifying and living there for a really long time and being really happy and calling it home. Now I'm going to give you guys a few tips on showing rental properties the right way. Number one, when you guys go to do a listing for showing your rental properties, what you want to do is what I hate is seeing listings that are like one sentence long. It doesn't help your SEO, like your Google searchability for things, if you're putting this thing on Google Marketplace or if you're putting it on other search engine sites. So do a nice write-up for your property. Don't BS anybody. Be real. If the backyard of the property does not have a garden, don't say it's a beautiful, well-grown, well-manicured backyard. No, it's a nice backyard. It's okay. Maybe potential for a garden, potential for something. Just tell the truth, okay? Just statistics, bedroom counts. People like to know square footage, right? Because they may compare you apples to apples with other listings they're looking at. So measure your bedrooms, measure your entire apartment, even if it's a rough estimate. Put the square footage in your listing so they can compare, right? Put what kind of kitchen you got, what kind of appliances there are, whatever your amenities are, whatever is the best things about your rental property, brag on it. If it's a larger apartment building or a larger complex and there's a playground outside, for goodness sakes, talk about it. If there's a laundry room on site with lots and lots of machines or a vending machine, whatever it is, talk about it. Talk about the amenities or things that they have. If there's laundry in the unit, you better talk about that. That's pretty cool. Promote your property really well. Also tell the truth, and then give statistics that they can use, that they need to know. They need to know how many beds, how many baths, because here's the deal. Don't play the, they'll call me to find out so I can get them on the phone trick. They're not going to call you. If you don't tell them how many beds and baths you got, they're like, oh, no, next, I don't care. I want to find out. They're not going to bother calling you or clicking the link to find out, right? And what's funny is even if you put beds and baths and all that kind of stuff in there, you'll still get people that will inquire and say how many bedrooms in it. And you're like, man, it says 3 bedrooms in the listing. You still get those, but don't be vague intentionally to try and get an inquiry. You don't want to do that. You want to give them all the data they need so that you can get people that are going to be a no out of the gate. You don't want curious tire kickers. You want people that are serious, that want to live in that neighborhood, in that property, that need that amount of bedrooms, that love your amenities, that are halfway sold on your property when they come to look to your showing. You'd rather have that than someone who has to come to the showing and find out that they're turned off. Okay, that's your write-up. Number 2, phenomenal pics, like more than 10 for every rental property. I can't tell you how many listings I see that show the front of the property and the living room and the kitchen. You're just getting started. Show the front, the back, the bedrooms, the nice floor, and you take nice pictures with flash and, make sure the property's nice and clean. Don't be showing pictures of dingy properties. Show nice photos of your property. And I believe in at least 10 pictures, right? If the listing platform you're using allows you to use video, post a video. Just do a walkthrough. Hey guys, my name is Jonathan. I'm taking you guys through this rental property that I have here. You guys are going to love it. Great apartment, right down the street from the train station or right down the street from whatever it is, cool amenity you want to be close to, right down the street from. And here's the living room. Here's this or that. Post a quick video, put it up unlisted on YouTube, and put the link to it. You can do that. If there's not a video hosting thing in the feature you're using, like a lot of posting sites allow you to post a video, but if they won't, put a link to an unlisted YouTube video that people can click on and take your tour, right? The more data, the better. And the reason why, I'll say this again, I said this in the write-up section, you want to start to filter your crowd. You want to get people to a no just by looking at your listing and looking at your pictures. You don't want to get them to a maybe. You don't want to get them, certainly don't get them to, maybe I'll go look at it. No, you want to get people that are, heck yes, I love that. I love those pictures. I love that neighborhood. Everything's good. Tell a good story. make sure the property's nice and clean. And then once all those are done, then you're ready for your showing. Okay. Here is your silver bullet, guys. I referred to this in the beginning. This is how you avoid getting no-showed at your showings. I've been no-showed more times than I care to remember, because it just is what it is. The world of tenants. It is what it is. That people tell me, oh, I'll be there at 2:00. And you call them, and it's like, you get there at 2:00 and they're not there. Well, okay, it's maybe they run a little bit late, maybe they got caught in traffic. 2:15, no show. I call them, hey man, here to show this property. Oh yeah, I ended up signing a lease at another place around the corner an hour ago. Sorry, man, not gonna make it. You didn't call me, really? You're gonna make me waste my time? Yes, they certainly will make you waste your time like that, right? People do that, and it's okay. Not everybody has lots of integrity. There's people out there with great integrity. There's people without integrity. It's not judging tenants, but you're getting the full spectrum of the world when you go to lease property. And there are plenty of people in the world that will certainly stand you up with no scruples like that. So what I did back in the day when I was showing apartments, especially when I did a lot of mass marketing, is I would do open house times to say, here's the deal. And say, you can say this in the listing, or what I prefer to do is when people called, I would ask them a few questions. I'd tell them my screening process, just so you know. We screen for prior evictions. Our income requirements are XYZ, and our, depending on the state, our criminal background check requirements are, depending on if states allow you to do that, you tell them what your requirements are. And some would say, oh, sorry, I don't qualify. Thanks. Great. Thank you. They saved you time, right? You didn't lose a prospect. They saved you time. So we got to look at it. Okay. So I want to get them on the phone, or at least engaging with me on email, or engaging with me on text, or whatever function it was, before I set up a showing. Once I did that, I would say, okay, my open house times are Tuesday from 2 to 4. And then I don't know if you want to do this, Saturday from 10 to 2. So I would give them 2 open house times. And then I would say, if you can't make it those times, then let me know. Maybe I'll look for a deposit or something like that that you can give me, so you don't no-show me if they can't make those 2 times. Maybe send a friend, maybe give them a video tour. People are doing property tours for rentals, by the way, these days on FaceTime, right? On your phone. So you can give them that too, if they really, really want to see it. But if they really want to see it in person, I tried to set up specific, if it works for realtors selling a house, it works for you renting apartments. And the reason why you want to do this is you stack your calendar full of times. And if you do the right job marketing your property, maybe do a little paid marketing to make your listing show high, and you take lots of great pictures and do a good write-up and do your job, and you price it fair, okay, then you'll have several people come out for your open house. 2 reasons why that's great. Number one, if 6 people register for your open house and only 4 of them show up, that's okay. 2 people no-showed you, but at least they didn't no-show you when you were there by yourself waiting on them individually to show up. So, hey, you still win. Secondly, 4 people walking through a property will likely overlap each other, and they'll see the competition. Like, oh man, somebody up here, other people, this must be something, this must be a good property, right? So it creates some healthy competition, and it also optimizes your time, okay? So those are my tips. Open house, I'll go through them again. Great write-up and tell the truth, but tell lots of amenities about your property. Take phenomenal pics, at least 10 of your property, and a video if you can. And then do the open house model. It's always worked for us on showings. Now, you can also use tools that work, like a Show Mojo box, or a I forget what it's called, Show Mojo or Rently, I think is one of them too. It's like a box you put on the property, and people give you their credit card, or a service to give their credit card or driver's license to, and they can show the property to themselves. That service works in certain like A and B class areas where, you're okay with the tenant going to the property on their own, getting a key out of the lockbox, going and keying themselves into the property, showing themselves the property, putting the key back in, closing it up. Now you got their credit card number and their driver's license, but there's just certain places where Rently box makes sense, especially it might not make sense in an apartment building where there's a common door. If they show themselves way up through a common area and walk through a long common area to get to your unit. Works in like garden style, or works in single family homes. Doesn't work everywhere, but those are options as well to have the tenant show themselves. But don't be lazy. Don't use those automatically. There's nothing better than a good old fashioned salesperson in their face, trying to close it. Make sure you bring copy your application and or a means to online go to the application, maybe a QR code to go and apply right there in front of you for the unit, so you can close them if they're interested. That's what I got, guys. those are some tips on how to show rental properties. There are a ton more good rental property showing tips for those of ours that are expert rental property showers or professionals. Leave some comments below. Love to hear what you guys have to say about showing rental properties in today's market. Love some feedback. That's what I got, guys. Again, make sure you like this video, subscribe to the channel. Love to hear your comments as well. Thanks for watching and have a great and profitable week.